Hello everybody, Rogue Fox here, and welcome back to another episode on the Truly Bedrock SMP server. This is episode 4, and if you haven't been able to tell already, I am currently in the end. Yes, that's right, I am in the end, and this is post-Ender Dragon. I believe Silent fought them in his previous episode. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but funny story about that is that when I came into the end, I had just assumed, Silent had taken out the Ender Dragons because he had been in there for quite some time. So when I came out here, because I wanted to go end city raiding, I saw not one, but 2 Ender Dragon health bars. So, yeah, I definitely wasn't prepared for that. So they were flying around, and I had no idea what to do. I was talking to Silent, and he had let me know that there was an ice bridge that I could use to get away from. So, let's go ahead and check this out. Make sure we're looking down here, not looking at any Endermen. Okay, I think we're good. So, there's a cobblestone bridge, really sketchy, if you ask me. It's only 2 wide. And, oh, I just bumped. Speaking of bumping into Endermen right here, for those of you who played Bedrock Edition in the early days, you may remember that if we bumped into Endermen, they aggroed, and yeah, that wasn't fun because they ended up knocking me off my bridge, which was only 1 wide at the time when that happened. But if we take a look down here, let's look off to the side, we can see an ice bridge going way out in the distance there. Now, like I said, I have already been out here, so that bridge goes to about, we're at 175, that goes to about, I believe, 1400 or 1500, so you can imagine that is quite the run out there. So, I believe Silent said he had raided about 7 end cities by the time I got out here. So, judging on where he was, I know there was a couple cities that he hasn't been to, so that is what we're going to do today. We are going to raid some end cities because I want some shulker boxes and some elytra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip down because I'm going to need to make my own bridge going across the void, and I don't want to lose any of my gear. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will hopefully meet you on the other side in one piece. Alrighty, I am where I need to be, so we are at 2000, negative 1357, so quite a ways out. And let's go ahead and take a look at my sketchy bridge right here. So there is an island on the other side, you can't see it, but yeah, this is exactly why I took off all my armor, because I didn't want to fall in with all the gear that I just crafted. So to the right, I do have a little hidey hole that I'm going to gear up in, but let's go ahead and take a look at this end city, because this end city actually has an end ship, so that is very exciting. If we hop up right here, we can take a look and make sure we don't look at any Endermen. And there it is, there is the end city. I'm all geared up and ready to go. So for this end city raid, I think I'm going to do this in the form of a time lapse because this may take quite some time to do. We do have a couple cities that I want to raid. For today's time lapse, I thought we would do a little time lapse chat. Now, if you saw my post yesterday on Twitter, I said a massive thank you to all of you out there for your support, and I speak not on my behalf but also on the behalf of the other TB members on the server, because I know they are super excited and thankful for the amount of support and the turnout that we've seen for this brand new Bedrock series. So, I mean, I'm looking at my stats right now, and last Tuesday's episode, it is currently at 1,302 views, and that just blows my mind because I've never had so many views in such a short amount of time, and what that tells me is that all of you out there are really loving the content that we are putting out there. This whole new brand new series, it's super exciting, and we are excited that you're excited about it, and of course, we've been excited about it because this whole experience, oh man, it is so amazing just building relationships with the other guys on the server and just building that community up and then just talking with all of you. Yeah, it's just a great environment all around, and I'm really excited and really happy to be a part of this. So, that's what I just want to talk about very briefly. Again, a massive thank you to all of you for your support, and I hope you continue to be excited about this series. We are only in Season 0, so this is just the beginning. So there is going to be a Season 1, a Season 2, and so on and so forth. As long as it's going to continue on, there will always be a new season of Truly Bedrock. So, again, it's just great to be a part of this brand new series. Kind of, I guess, the forerunners or the founders, I guess you can say, of the series. Just super exciting things to be a part of. Again, a massive thank you to all of you. This wouldn't be possible without all of you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into the game. You don't know how happy I am to see this ender chest. This is the third end city that I'm in, and if you saw in the time lapse, I actually broke my ender chest in the first end city, like right at the beginning, because, yeah, I used the wrong pick. So I was super stressed because I do have 2 elytra and about a stack of shulker shells on top of all the other loot, the diamonds, armor, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm super happy to see this ender chest. So let's go ahead. I'm going to store my stuff away, and then I think we can go ahead and get out of here. And here is one of the sketchy bridges that I made. Again, we don't have to worry about bumping into Enderman, so let's just nudge him. Okay, so yeah, I made myself a 1-wide bridge going across islands and also across the void. But, yeah, again, this is exactly why I don't have my armor on me. So instead of walking all the way back, I did come across this warp on my way to the end cities. So what I think we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and use this warp just to save ourselves the trouble of having to walk back. So I'm going to go ahead, build up to it, and then I will meet you back on the main island. We have made it back to the main island, and I am so excited. That was quite the journey. We got a lot of stuff done in here. We have a lot of loot. So now all we have to do is hop right through this portal here, and let's go. And we are back from the end, and I started in my bedroom because this is where I slept last. Now you may also notice that I do have a cat right here. Its name is Bucky because that is the name of my cat, and the colors are pretty much the same. It's as close as it's going to get to being or looking like my cat. So I went ahead and tagged it, and I placed it inside my room. So if you've seen anyone else's videos, there are cats on the dock. We'll see them in just a moment. But yeah, that was me because I went on a little cat gathering mission the other day. I couldn't help myself. But now that we're back from the end, I do have some things I need to take care of. So I do need a mending book, and Slack has a few of those for sale. So what I'm hoping is to trade him a shulker box for a mending book, because if we take a look at my elytra, it has taken a little bit of damage already, and my boots, because of thorns too, it has taken quite a bit of damage in the end. So I need some mending books for sure. So what I'm working on is a deal. So at the moment, if we take a look at the chat here, he is selling mending books for 6 diamonds a piece, so you can see it right up there. So, like I said, I'm going to try to trade him a shulker box because at the moment, Silent is selling his shulker boxes for 8 diamonds a piece. So what I figured is if they're worth 8 diamonds, he's kind of getting a deal because he's getting 2 extra diamonds worth in shulker boxes, or shulker box, if that makes sense. We kind of are making up the economy as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and present him this shulker shell, or shulker box, and let's see if he does the deal with us. So Slack has agreed to the trade, and I see Silent outside the door. Slack is coming in. So we did agree upon a shulker box for a mending book, and for some reason he flew off, and I don't know why he gave it back to me, but I'm glad he didn't steal it. Yeah, so there's the mending book. Alright, sweet. And then we just go ahead and give him the shulker box back then. Like I said, I don't know why he gave it back to me, but he did. So, sweet. We got ourselves a mending book, and I can go ahead and apply this to my elytra. So, yeah, let's just let him know we're doing some trades here. Now that we have that all taken care of, there is one thing I need to do, because today we do have a redstone project that we're going to work on. So this is what we did in the last episode. I know a couple of you have already asked for the tutorial on this already, so I do plan on having that coming out soon. But since we do have shulker boxes now, we need to make the red kit. That is right, if you have been watching my survival series before, season 1 and 2, I have a redstone shulker box that I like to call the red kit. So it's just a play on words, like, you know, a med kit, but a red kit. So that's the idea behind it. So let's go ahead and make that empty shulker box, and I don't want to dye the wrong one because I don't know how it's going to work. It was just going to pick a random one to dye, so let's go ahead and chuck that out of the inventory for now and make ourselves a red shulker box. There we go. And now, oh, Slack is on, so let's go ahead and say hello. There we go. Man, I have a hard time typing to everyone because I am using my Xbox controller, so I am very slow in responding to people. Now up here, if you haven't seen it, I totally forgot this was here until Foxy reminded me, but we do have this enchanted ruins, or an enchantment room of ruins. I don't know the official title of it, but you can see here Foxy designed this and it looks amazing. It's just ruins sitting on top of the hill here, right above the inn, but there should be an anvil, I hope. No, there's not an anvil here. Okay, so let me go ahead and find an anvil, and I will be right back. So I went ahead and just made my own anvil. I think it's about time that I made one. I do have plenty of iron to do so. So let's go ahead and rename this. So red kit. Perfect. And 1 level, not worried about that. And there we go. We have our redstone box, or like I like to call it, the red kit. Now I don't know if I want to keep this anvil here. I'm still deciding if I want to put anything else in, but I guess it can stay here for the time being. So let's go ahead, pick this up, fill it up with our redstone supplies, and then get to work on today's redstone project. For today's redstone project, we will be working in the back of the future tavern slash pub slash bar area, whatever you like to call it, under the Library of Comments. So I wanted to build a potion brewing station for all of us to have. Now it's not going to be a full scale one with every ingredient because that's just not possible with the amount of supplies that are around here. Like, for example, I'm not going to have any rabbit's feet because there are no rabbits around here. But I am going to stick to the main ingredients. So we do have some magma cream for some fire resistance. We're going to have some night vision, water breathing. We're going to have healing. And I wanted slow falling. But for some reason, I haven't seen any phantoms spawning. I think I've even been up for like 4 nights in a row. And yeah, there's nothing. And I know Foxy has been AFK fishing a lot. So I know some nights have passed by, but yeah, I haven't seen anything in the air for quite some time. And as I mentioned, I did go on a cat gathering trip. So we do have some cats right here. We have Puss in Boots. And these other cats here, which are unnamed. I'm surprised no one has named them yet. And then we have one more right here outside the door. So just to add some life to this dock area that we have here, or guess what Gruva and Foxy call a jetty. Again, I've never heard that word before. Learn something new every day. But if we go in here, I have the area dug out. I kind of have this pattern laid out, trying to follow Zloy's little pattern here. So we're going to have all of our potions going along here. So we can go ahead, actually, and let's get our item frames. So this would be nether wart. Nether wart goes first. Let's say magma cream, melons, carrots. I guess phantom membranes would be the next thing. And then pufferfish, and of course for redstone, so we can extend the duration of the potions. So that is the general layout. So all the redstone is going to fit within this area. I'm not going to need all of it. I just need the space going back. You'll see in just a moment. But let's go ahead and get this project underway. For those of you who haven't seen this design before, you may be wondering why I'm placing chests above the hoppers. So, I've explained it before, but Bedrock does have some exclusive features in regards to its redstone mechanics. So, for those of you who don't know, we can use pistons, sticky pistons, to push and pull hoppers, chests, drubbers, dispensers, and things like that. So, before I set out to make a potion brewing station that used these features, and this is what I had come up with. So, we are going to be using that design today. So, what I need to do now is, let's see, this is going to be a tricky one. I need to get the sticky pistons to face in and be right against the back of the chest. Oh, there we go. There's that. That. 3, 4. Nope. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And they're all facing forward. Sweet. Okay, so that is done. We have these all against the chest, so we're going to have them extended. So they will be in front of the hoppers, and you'll see the mechanics in just a moment. Let me go ahead and keep wiring this up. So we go ahead and hop up here now, grab our repeaters, and run repeaters into all these blocks like that. And redstone dust. And then we need a comparator. Did I not grab it? There it is. Okay. And then we have our comparator. That's going to detect an item inside. Let's go ahead and just use cobblestone. We don't need to worry about that. It's going to be powered. Boom. Okay, so all these have extended as you see here. So that part is done. Now what we need to do is, let's see, we need, got my redstone torches, grab some blocks. You can just go ahead and run blocks all the way down here. Redstone torches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to leave this one empty right here because this is going to be the chest for our nether wart. So this is going to be our selection panel here that I haven't placed in yet. So nether wart always has to go into a potion no matter what. So there's really no point in having a lever to decide if you want it to go in there or not. So that's why we're going to leave that slot empty. And then we just go ahead and grab our repeaters and run repeaters into all of these. And then blocks. And let's try to, actually, we should be able to do it from the other side. Like that. And how do we get out of here? Repeaters. And for the mock-up, let's just go ahead and place cobblestone so I can show you how this works. So to show you a true test, let's say, yeah, the nether wart is the only one that should have been retracting because that's how that works. So let's go ahead, let's say we do want to do a fire resistance and extend the duration. So now when we press the button, you can see the ingredients chest retract in the proper order. So let's say, again, nether wart, and we want that one for healing, and then we should only see the 2 retract. And there we go. So that is how all that works. Now, since all the redstone is done, I can go ahead and try to pretty it up. Okay, so I decorated this just a little bit, enough to kind of blend in with the rest of the room here. I know Zloy will probably come in and decorate it as he sees fit, but kind of have the palette that he has there going along with the brewing station. So I did put ingredients inside. So there's our nether wart. We have a few ingredients of these. We do need to get more, but we have plenty of pufferfish. So as you can see here, I did test it, but I forgot the redstone. So what we're going to do here is test it again. So we're going to have water breathing, and then we're going to extend the duration with redstone. So if we take a look inside the brewing station here, we do have our water bottles, and I do need to set up a chest that goes into the brewing stand. But let's go ahead, we're going to test it out. We press it. Our ingredients chest retracts, the ones that we have selected, and we should see our nether wart right here. And then if we peek under into the hopper, you can see we have our pufferfish and then our redstone. So yeah, I really love the way this works, just watching the chest retract and everything like that. Again, a Bedrock exclusive feature, and it makes it easy to fill up your supplies because all we have to do is reach into the chest here and then toss in our ingredients. I mean, it's actually pretty convenient if you ask me. So for those of you who saw the video, you can actually do your full set of ingredients, and then I even demoed, I think it was a magma potion or fire resistance with extended duration that got turned into a splash potion and then got turned into a lingering potion, and everything worked out perfectly. So the redstone is coming in, so we do have our water breathing, and of course as soon as that redstone drops in there, we will have a water breathing potion for an 8-minute duration, I believe is the extended one. So everything here is working perfectly. I do need to close up the back there because that looks pretty ugly, seeing through right there. But as you can see here, this is working perfectly and as it should. Well, I must say, today was another productive episode if you do ask me. We went to the end, raided some end cities, came up with almost a full stack of shulker shells, and we also got ourselves a set of elytra, and I do have an extra set that I can sell along with those shulker shells because I really don't need 30-something shulker boxes that I know of. I think that's too many. So we'll definitely sell those because I am a little poor when it comes to diamonds. So we got that done, and of course we just finished working on the brewing station in here, which is coming together nicely. I would like to see what Zloy does with the place. I think it'd be cool having some maybe tables and chairs set, maybe a fireplace in here too. That kind of completes that little pub feel, if you do ask me. So that would be cool. I would love to see what he does with the place, but we have that potion stand or brewing station installed. So with that being said, I would take off and do my outro, but I just don't trust myself. This is the end of our episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I'm out. I'll see you later.